Welcome, my name is Colleen Tauke and I'm the sewing specialist here at Fons Porter. In this Quilting Quickly tutorial, we're going to look at the quilt called Tumbling Tumbleweeds. If you'd like to purchase this pattern, please visit our website. We're going to be working with 2.5-inch pre-cut strips today. The ones on the Sewing Center are in bright color batiks, but the original quilt here was done in browns and creams, and the dynamic effect of these blocks is just fun. Your eye jumps from one strip set to the other looking for its favorite fabrics. And then we have a second colorway here done in a real soft, muted, all in creams and taupe kind of combination. So you can see how much softer the contrast is, but still makes a really dynamic pattern. So if you've got that set of 2.5-inch pre-cut strips that you haven't done anything with yet, this might be the pattern for you. So we're going to be working with lights and darks. And you could scramble them up. It doesn't have to be lights and darks, but in the original one done behind me, they were divided lights and darks. So I used some bright colors here and some light batiks. And you're going to create strip sets using those lights and darks. So I've got strip sets with dark, light, alternating, four strips together. So go through your strip sets, or strips, divide them into groups of 4, 2 darks and 2 lights that you want to make into a strip set, and sit down to the sewing machine and have fun making your strip sets. The pattern will tell you how many strip sets you need to create. Just remember to try and alternate your sewing direction so that your strip sets don't become skewed. It helps keep things a little more square if you alternate the sewing directions. Then from those strip sets, you're going to put 2 of them together, right sides together. Now if you pressed your seam allowances toward the darker prints, you'll have nesting seams as they lay right over the top of each other. You can cut off an 8.5-inch segment, which I've already done here. And then we're going to take that segment and we're going to divide it on the diagonal. Now some will say, you're going to stitch later, so why not stitch now and then cut it apart? This depends on how scrappy of an effect you want for your quilt. If you were to stitch through these right now, you'll have 2 that have the same strip set color combinations paired up. If that's okay with you, you can do it that way. Or you can cut them apart and put all of your triangles into piles and then create a really scrappy quilt. So we've got it cut on the diagonal. And as I open this up, say I want to pair these first 2 together, I will see that it makes that perfect L shape is what I'm going for, because you have nested seams, laying them back together. And working with batiks is really fun because they're very stable because they have a lot of ink on them. They don't distort very easily. But we're going to take this to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch a 1/4-inch seam along that diagonal. And then we'll have 1/4 of a block constructed. Now once you get all your blocks made, there are a variety of ways that you can lay the blocks to create different designs, different patterns. So you could have a lot of fun creating your blocks and then deciding, maybe I like this layout better. So remember, you're the designer, we're just giving you suggestions. So once you get that seam done, my spare pieces here, remember to set the seam by heating it up first. Fabric will press really nicely if that fabric is, or the fibers are warmed up, and then press to one side. And make sure you press and get that all the way open up. And because you have nested seams, you get really great intersections. So you get that nice sharp corner as they come together. Now in order to create the design behind me, what you do is turn these so that the 2 small squares are diagonally from each other. And then 2 go to the outside edge like this. And you may want to, like I said, remember we're talking about scrappy. The more blocks you make, maybe you won't want to put these side by side. Maybe you want to put that here. The fun part is twisting and turning the blocks to get different designs and maybe not having colors right next to each other. Designer's choice. So Tumbling Tumbleweeds, maybe it's your next 2.5-inch pre-cut strip quilt. If you'd like to see more of our Quilting Quickly tutorials, please visit our website. Thanks for joining me today.